We're following breaking news right now, happening now. Fire officials giving us an update on the airport fire burning there in Trabuco Canyon. Let's listen in.
Airport in Trabuco Canyon, and Orange County Fire sent a robust response, both on the ground and from the air. This evening, I have a number of speakers that are going to give you updates on the fire. The fire is in unified command with the Orange County Fire Authority, Orange County Sheriff's Department, and the Cleveland National Forest. From the Orange County Fire Department will be Deputy Chief T.J. McGovern. From the Orange County Sheriff's Department will be Assistant Sheriff John Nicola. From the Cleveland National Forest will be District Ranger Daryl Vance. And from the Orange County Board of Supervisors will be Don Wagner. And our final speaker will be the Mayor of Santa Margarita, Rancho Santa Margarita, Carol Gamble. So I'm going to introduce Deputy Chief T.J. McGovern.
Good evening, everyone. T.J. McGovern, Deputy Chief of the Emergency Operations Bureau for the Orange County Fire Authority. And this evening, I'm going to give you a briefing of the airport fire that we currently have going on. So this afternoon, at approximately 1:04 p.m., our Emergency Command Center received a call for a vegetation fire off Trabuco Creek Road in unincorporated Orange County, and that's near the RC airport that was Captain Concialdi just talked about. When initial crews arrived on scene, they reported a half-acre vegetation fire on both sides of the road, and there was a potential for a large major incident right off the get-go. The initial response from OCFA was a robust response with multiple resources on the initial call. That included our aircraft, which had rotary and fixed wing, and also our partners from CAL FIRE and the United States Forest Service also provided resources to assist us. Crews immediately requested multiple additional resources to help from outside of our county to our neighboring counties and to our region for this battle we had. The fire is being driven by topography and fuel, and it's headed up canyon. So quickly, from a half acre, the fire escalated to 300 acres and now sits at 1,900 acres. And in perspective, that's 1,900 football fields. The fire is currently progressing, as stated, up canyon right now. The crews will be working throughout the night and for the next couple of days for suppression and mitigation efforts. An example of these are perimeter control and structured defense, but also as stated that the fire is now moving away from the community of Robinson Ranch and is heading up the canyon as we see behind us. We are in unified command with Orange County Sheriff's Department and also United States Forest Service. We did have 2 firefighter injuries. Those both were heat-related injuries. They were treated and transported to a local hospital. We also had 1 civilian injury with smoke inhalation. That person was also transported and treated to a local hospital. Currently, we have approximately 1,000 firefighters on scene through the night and in the next couple of days, and no properties were damaged. And that's all I had to report right now. I appreciate it, and I will give it to the Orange County Sheriff, Assistant Chief McCulloch.
Good evening. First, I'd like to thank our partners with the Orange County Fire Authority for being in unified command with us. I'd also like to thank the community for their support and patience as we work to respond to this fire. Our role in a fire incident is to assist the Orange County Fire Authority with road closures and evacuations and to ensure the safety of any homes and residents during the evacuation. Currently, we have road closures at the following locations: Plano Trabuco Road and Joshua Drive, Plano Trabuco Road and Robinson Ranch Road, Antonio Parkway and Los de Paz, Trabuco Canyon Road and Trabuco Creek Road, Santa Margarita Parkway and Antonio Parkway, and Avenida Impresa and Santa Margarita Parkway. Mandatory evacuations have been ordered for the community of Robinson Ranch, which is estimated about 1,427 homes. Voluntary evacuation warnings are in effect for the following areas: Trabuco, Rose, and Holy Jim Canyon, and Dove Canyon, and the community of Rancho Cielo. The Emergency Operations Center in the city of Rancho Santa Margarita have established a care reception center at the following location: Bell Tower Regional Community Center at 22232 El Paseo in the city of Rancho Santa Margarita, and the Red Cross will be available to assist evacuated residents. Large animal shelter has been established at the Orange County Fairgrounds, which is located at 88 Fair Drive in the city of Costa Mesa, to evacuate the horses. For any updated emergency messaging and including a map of the evacuation area, please visit ocsheriff.gov/airport fire. And this is a reminder that if residents haven't signed up for the Alert OC, they can sign up for Alert OC and get messaging at alertoc.com. In closing, I'd like to remind the residents that the incident can change at a moment's notice. It's important, if you live in the area, to be prepared to evacuate. And I want to thank again the community for their support and patience. Next up, I'd like to welcome Cleveland National Forest District Ranger Daryl Vance.
Daryl Vance, District Ranger on the Trabuco Ranger District of the Cleveland National Forest. The federal response on this fire, we really appreciate the work that Orange County has done, and we're quick to assist with a good initial attack response. As folks are aware, this is one of 3 major fires burning in the Southland right now, and so our resources were available, and we jumped on this as soon as we could. Currently, this is burning towards generally the footprint of the 2018 Holy Fire, and obviously we don't want to make predictions on what we think it's going to do, but we have high hopes that that's going to assist us with a prior burn scar. As folks have noted, we have a number of resources on the fire currently. Fortunately, as far as we're aware, we do not have any structures burned as of yet, but this fire's got a long ways to go before it's out. And we do appreciate the patience of the community, and we do ask that folks try and stay away from where the fire is being fought. We've got a number of gates that are closed, and we ask that the members of the community respect that the battle's ongoing. I appreciate it. From there, I'd like to introduce Orange County Board Supervisor Don Wagner.
Good evening, and thank you all for coming out and helping us get the word out to the people of Orange County. As you've heard from the folks that have come before me, it is an all-hands-on-deck situation, and so far everything is working in coordination. Once we learned about this fire, we stood at the county, we stood up our Emergency Operations Center. I personally have had opportunities to chat with Chief Fennessy of OCFA, with Sheriff Barnes, with men and women under their command. I've even talked to Orange County Congresswoman Young Kim, who, like me, represents this district. She's pledged the support of the federal government, and so we've got all layers of government involved. And then I also had a chance to call Mayor Gamble to make sure that if there's anything we can do, we'll do it. And so I will assure you, from the municipal level through the county on up to the state and the federal government, we are on this doing what we can to protect life and limb out there in Orange County. But the one thing that can most protect people is not the wonderful work of the men and women behind me. It is the work of you out in the community to protect yourselves, your families, your loved ones, your animals. You heard about some of the evacuation orders. Some of them are not yet mandatory. Don't wait for a mandatory evacuation order. If you're under an involuntary evacuation order, please know those are not issued lightly. That is the time to get going. That it could happen. There could be an evacuation order coming your way. Means that's the time to get prepared. Figure out what you're taking, how you're taking it. The time to protect yourselves is now, not when you get an emergency absolute order to evacuate, because then you put yourself, your loved ones, your neighbors, the men and women that are working to fight this fire, all of them at risk. And so to the community, know that you've got some dedicated professionals here, and know that they are counting on you to help do your part in protecting yourselves, your property, and most important, your loved ones. And so to the community, I say, as you heard from the sheriff, check out Alert OC. Go on to the sheriff's website. Go on to the Orange County Fire Authority's website. Follow me. My website will be putting out information. Act on Wagner CA. Keep yourself informed as to the progress of this fire, what you can do to help these men and women help you. That's the message that I'd like to drive home to the community. It is our turn to protect ourselves, and so now is the time to figure out what you're going to do if you're in fact forced to get out. I will at this time turn it over to the City of Rancho Santa Margarita's mayor, who has been on the Emergency Operations Center since the fire broke out, to tell you about the city's response. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Carol Gamble.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Carol Gamble. I'm the mayor of Rancho Santa Margarita, and I'm also a longtime serving board member of OCFA. So I'm sporting both brands right now. It gives me pleasure to thank the men and women of the Orange County Sheriff's Department and the Orange County Fire Authority and our friends at CAL FIRE, and also my city staff under the leadership of our city manager, Jennifer Cervantes, for the coordinated and professional response. I realize that this is probably your first go-around at something like this, and it's scary, and it looks so bad. However, I want to tell you that I know every person standing here, and that's because I've worked with them for years, and they have worked with each other. We do drills in anticipation of this type of event, and so I hope that brings you a small amount of peace for what I believe might be considerable anxiety. As the previous speakers have mentioned, the fire is moving away from us, and I do want to say a few things. First, if you have been evacuated and you have animals in your home and you have been unable to retrieve them due to the evacuation, our friends at the Mission Viejo Animal Shelter, which is who we contract our animal services with, they're stationed right down the street here at the shopping center at the corner of Plano Trabuco and Santa Margarita Parkway. They have volunteers there that are able to retrieve your animals from your home, and they are doing it one at a time. They're doing this for us and for you, and we're so appreciative of their efforts. Second, it's extremely important, and I thank you, because I do know you're the best residents in Orange County, that you follow the direction of the Sheriff's Department and the Fire Authority. When they ask you to leave, please do so. When they ask you to stay off the street, please do so. We need the streets clear so that we can get our first responders to the fire and the people that we are evacuating out of harm's way. I would deeply appreciate your assistance with that. And with that, I thank you so much, and please stay tuned to the various websites. I think Don did a great job, Supervisor Wagner did a great job outlining them. This team will work all night long for you, and I thank you so much.
All right, tonight you've just been listening to officials giving us an update on the airport fire in Trabuco Canyon. We know it has grown to 1,900 acres so far, prompting evacuation orders for those who are living in the area. The big news tonight, good news, that the fire is seemingly moving away from the homes and headed up the canyon. So far, no properties have been damaged. We know 2 firefighters had to go to the hospital for heat-related injuries, and 1 person was treated for smoke inhalation. They talked about this being a robust fire, so they have been responding in a robust way on the ground and in the air. We know the call came in just after 1 o'clock this afternoon of a vegetation fire here, and we know by 2 o'clock 7 acres had already been scorched. Then suddenly that jumped to 1,900 acres within 3 hours. We also know that there is a care shelter for residents who have been displaced or they have already evacuated at the Bell Tower Regional Community Center. Red Cross is on hand there to help residents who have been evacuated. Also, an animal shelter at the Orange County Fairgrounds has also been set up there for people and their animals and their pets. We do know that things can change in a moment's notice with this fire, and one of the officials saying that the fire still has a long way to go before it is completely out. So we're going to continue to watch this throughout the night, and we'll have the very latest coming up on KCAL News tonight at 8.